Hey guys, it's Clara. Welcome back to my channel. This video is a review of the Ohuhu makeup brush set. For full disclosure, Ohuhu contacted me to review this set. It came in a box like this, and what's nice is that all the brushes were separated in this tray. The one thing I did not like about the packaging though is that there was no plastic covering these brushes. So they were just exposed, potentially could have touched the cardboard of this box. Not a huge deal, I know, but I kind of like the brushes to be a bit more protected. Now this review is going to be completely honest and upfront, so I'm going to tell you the positives and the negatives of these brushes. I have seen multiple people review these on YouTube, and from what I can understand, these are supposed to be dupes, I think, for the artist brushes. Those were like $495 for a set of 10. So, of course, I do not expect these to be perfect and exact dupes. Plus, to be honest, I've never tried those brushes. I don't have the money to try those brushes, so I couldn't tell you if these are exactly like those. All I could say is if I like them or not. Now, to be totally honest with you, the reason I said yes to doing this review is because I was looking for a really big powder brush. I didn't want a kabuki brush. I wanted a brush with a long handle. So there's this one brush at Ulta that I've been kind of eyeing and hoping it would go on sale, and it hasn't. But that brush alone costs $60. This entire set is under $20. The last time I looked online, it was something like $16.99 with free shipping if you're a Prime member. They have all sorts of sizes in the tray, and you can decide for yourself which brush is going to be designated for what purpose. They have recommendations as to what range of brushes they would use for certain areas of your face, like the cheeks, the eyes, the lips, whatever. Now, compared to the artist brushes, these are, of course, not going to be $500 in quality. The handles are plastic. They are very, very flexible, which I don't know if I was too keen on. However, the one part that I did really like are these bristles. I mean, this thing is just so soft. I mean, it's kind of like you were taking feathers and putting powder on feathers and putting it on your face. So, I mean, it worked really, really well. It held onto the powder well enough, enough to transfer it, and it's not like a ton of product was left on the brush either. So for the powder stuff, I thought it was really good. I used this one for blush, and again, it worked really well. It was a really nice feel to it. The angle wasn't awkward at all. I thought it would feel weird compared to the brush I typically use for blush. Now this is probably more for bronzer because of the angle or for contouring. I like using it for blush because it seems to follow the shape of the cheek really nicely, and therefore it distributes the blush more evenly. With these, it's the same kind of thing, and I think part of the philosophy behind these oval brushes is that your face is not this flat surface, so it's not like you are painting on a canvas, you're painting on a curved surface. So I'm not exactly sure about all of that and the science and all that behind the angles and stuff, and how the brushes, how some hairs are longer and shorter and how all that works out. All I can say is that I think it does distribute powder and blush really, really well. I think it also distributes highlighter really, really well. Now, before I move on to eyes and lips, let me finish with the cheeks part. I used this brush for foundation, and I tell you, I am really used to using a stipple brush. It just makes me feel like I have a bit more control. I don't really have to press very hard to put foundation on. However, I felt like because this plastic is so bendy, I didn't feel it was gonna break, but I had to put quite a bit of pressure to get it to spread out. However, when I was able to spread the foundation out, it didn't leave a streaky appearance like this would when you're initially using it. eventually, yeah, you can blend it out and get rid of the streaks, but it takes longer, I think, for the stipple versus a brush like this. So I don't know if that balances out. You know, it's less pressure with this, but takes slightly longer. And then more pressure with this might not be as a nice of an experience, because I kind of felt like I was kind of dragging a little bit. I didn't feel like I was pulling on the skin, but yeah, it is definitely something to get used to. So all in all, for the face and the cheeks, I really like these brushes. This, I am most definitely going to be using this for powder. I definitely think this is going to be in my collection for a long time. Did a great job of distributing this powder. Now, as far as the eyes go, I don't know if I'm quite a fan. So first, with eyebrows, I decided to try this brush. As you can see, it's pretty narrow. And when I was putting it into my eye brush powder, it kind of was a bit harsh, like it almost broke it up a little bit too much. Maybe I had put too much pressure. But aside from that, when you do this, I feel like it doesn't hold enough product somehow. Like I kept having to go back into the eyebrow powder to apply more, It just felt like it was taking longer than I was used to. And I've tried it several times now, and I'm not really getting used to it very well. For eyebrows, I have been using this angular brush by Revlon that I had bought from Dollar Tree. Of course, it's gonna hold more product because it's a bit thicker, but yeah, it's just very easily, I don't know, it's super easy to use this. It takes me like 2 seconds, and maybe I'm used to it. So I also tried this brush and also a bit longer of a similar brush to do eyeshadow. And it was the same kind of thing when I was getting it out of the pan. I felt like I was kind of breaking up the powder a little bit too much. Again, it could have been my own too much pressure, but this was kind of difficult to do. I felt like because this is covering such a wide area this way, like it was kind of hard for me to see, okay, where am I putting the eyeshadow? You know, am I spreading it evenly? You know, that kind of thing. Just as a frame of reference, what I have been using is a very cheap up and up brush for eyeshadow, and that's what this looks like. And because it's angled here, I feel like it does a better job getting into the curve of the eye there. And then there's another itty bitty brush that I think you could use for eyes, but it was just way too small. If those other brushes didn't hold the product, this wasn't. So I thought maybe you could use this for lips, to line the lips. But they also have a couple other brushes here that I tried for lips. I tried these for eyes, and they felt really harsh to me. I don't know what it is. Maybe over time with washing them, they won't feel as harsh. So then I tried them on the lips, and they felt even more harsh. And I don't have sensitive lips or anything. They did seem to hold the product well for lipsticks and for lip gloss. So the big final question is, do I think these brushes were worth it if I were to pay out of pocket for them? I would say yes, but really because of the brushes for cheeks. These brushes in particular, I think are what make this makeup brush set worth it, especially this big powder brush. So, oh, it's just so nice. I think this makeup set, even if you were to just get it for the powder brush, I think it would be worth it. So that is it for this makeup brush review. I apologize if it's kind of all over the place, but if you have any questions at all about anything that I might not have covered, please feel free to ask below. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care.